Under the shade of the Bodhi tree, disciples gathered, eager to hear Buddha's voice impart timeless wisdom. Buddha gazed at the serene landscape, the air carrying whispers of nature, offering solace to the restless hearts present. He began his teaching with a story, his calm voice weaving lessons like threads in a sacred tapestry of understanding. Long ago, Buddha said, a kind-hearted man shared everything he owned, moved by the suffering he witnessed in others' lives. It knows its path, unresisting and steadfast, yet fluid and free. He leaned forward slightly, his gaze fixed on the current. As Buddha spoke, a gentle breeze swayed the tree leaves, nature harmonizing with his profound words of love and balance. The man offered his belongings, Buddha said, without hesitation, to strangers, believing each act of giving would heal their despair. Disciples murmured, the story connecting deeply with their personal aspirations of selflessness and the ideals rooted in Buddha's teachings. He gave until nothing remained, Buddha said, his voice somber yet serene. But exhaustion clouded his mind, and bitterness filled his soul. The disciples frowned, reflecting on the paradox. How noble intentions could lead to pain without balance and self-preservation guiding actions. Buddha's eyes scanned the gathering. Compassion must flow freely, but not recklessly, else it empties the giver's heart entirely. A disciple raised his voice, seeking clarity. It bends, it shapes, it endures. The river becomes wiser with each obstacle it faces. The disciples nodded, understanding the interplay of love's boundless nature and the grounded necessity of inner care and balance. Buddha's story unfolded further, his words shaping deeper questions, inspiring introspection, and revealing truths nestled within simple actions. The man's exhaustion blinded him to life's beauty, once vivid before him. Giving must be anchored in mindfulness. Disciples sat silently, their hearts resonating with Buddha's wisdom, finding personal reflections mirrored in his eloquent teachings of compassion. To love wisely, Buddha continued, requires knowing oneself deeply. Only then can true compassion grow without losing oneself entirely. Buddha paused, his silence filled with reverence, allowing his disciples to absorb the richness of each word he shared. He resumed, his voice steady, love must be a flowing river, endless and sustained, not a well that runs dry. Disciples embraced the metaphor, understanding their own acts of kindness need balance to endure and achieve their highest potential. The man learned, Buddha concluded, that loving others must be balanced with loving oneself. He regained his harmony with compassion. Buddha's lesson lingered in the air, etching itself into hearts like a guiding star amidst uncertainty and endless aspirations. Disciples left the grove, reflecting on their master's words, hearts united in the pursuit of loving without losing themselves. Another day, under the vast sky, Buddha sat with his disciples, his serene presence calming the turbulence within their hearts. In his hand, Buddha held a lotus, its delicate petals unfurled, glowing against the backdrop of the endless horizon. Observe this flower, Buddha said gently, his voice resonating with the timeless wisdom that sought to illuminate life's intricate beauty. The lotus blooms untouched by the mud surrounding it, its purity untainted by the murk from which it emerges. The disciples gazed at the flower, entranced by its simplicity, captivated by the deeper truths Buddha's words began to reveal. We often mirror love, seeking validation in another's gaze, losing our essence in the reflection we strive to see. Disciples pondered the meaning, connecting Buddha's metaphor to their own struggles of acceptance and the fear of unreturned affection. Buddha continued, his voice steady, his tone warm. True love blooms within, needing neither confirmation nor acknowledgement from external sources. A disciple, perplexed, asked, Master, how can love exist without seeking acknowledgement or validation from others? Buddha placed the lotus in the disciples' hands. The flower, a gentle symbol of truth waiting to be understood. Love that seeks validation forgets itself. Like a flame that burns but knows not its own light or warmth. Disciples listened intently, Buddha's words resonating deeply, awakening perspectives buried under layers of attachment and longing. Love must be like the lotus, Buddha said, rooted in its own being, blooming freely without dependence or fear. He paused, allowing his disciples to reflect on the essence of unconditional love, the power of self-acceptance without mirrors. Buddha resumed, a mirror distorts. It cannot reveal the truth, for its image is influenced by perception and fleeting opinions. Disciples nodded, recognizing their struggles with identity often rooted in external validation, striving for acceptance from fleeting reflections. True love does not cling, Buddha said, nor does it demand reciprocity. It flows naturally, like the breeze in nature. The lotus rested in the disciple's hand, a gentle reminder of love's purity, unyielding to the judgment it may encounter. A disciple whispered, "Master, how does one strengthen the love within, unshaken by the opinions or actions of others?" Buddha smiled, his eyes filled with compassion, his response both nurturing and firm in its wisdom. "Strengthen your understanding of impermanence," Buddha said. "Know that all things are transient, including affection received or denied by others." Disciples considered the impermanence of life's joys and sorrows, the fleeting nature of attachments that shadowed their hearts. Buddha's teachings unfolded further. When love is anchored in understanding, its essence shines undimmed, unswayed by external forces or fleeting affections. Disciples reflected on the freedom that came from loving without attachment, discovering harmony within themselves and in their relationships. Buddha's voice softened. "The lotus blooms not for admiration, but because it must let your love bloom as effortlessly as this flower." Disciples felt their hearts lighten. The lotus, now a symbol of hope, resilience, and unconditional love's radiant power. The day drew to a close, Buddha's teachings lingering in the air like whispers of truth etched into eternity's expanse. Disciples left, hearts filled with the profound understanding that love's purity must be rooted deeply within and bloom freely without. Another day, in a tranquil grove, Buddha sat amidst his disciples. The sunlight filtering through the dense canopy above, the air was filled with birdsong, a gentle harmony that seemed to echo the peace emanating from Buddha's serene presence. Buddha began to speak, his voice soft yet carrying an undeniable weight of timeless wisdom. "Let me tell you a story." He looked at his disciples with warmth. "There was once a bird, yearning for the boundless sky's freedom." The disciples leaned in, drawn to the unfolding story, their hearts attuned to Buddha's profound lessons hidden in simplicity. "This bird loved the sky," Buddha said, "but it tied itself to a branch, fearing it might lose its freedom." The disciples' brows furrowed, puzzled by the contradiction of the bird's actions, eager to understand the deeper meaning behind them. Buddha continued, his voice steady and calm. "The bird, though free to fly, chose captivity because of fear born from attachment." His words lingered in the air, their weight sinking into the minds of those gathered, stirring questions of love and freedom. "Love is like the sky," Buddha said. "It is vast and infinite, yet clinging diminishes its essence to mere possession." The disciples pondered this paradox, reflecting on their own experiences of attachment that often masqueraded as unconditional love. Buddha's gaze moved to one disciple who appeared troubled. "Master, how can one love freely without losing themselves?" the disciple asked. Buddha smiled gently, his response measured, his wisdom crafted from years of insight and deep connection to life's truths. "To love without losing oneself," Buddha said, "one must understand impermanence. Clinging arises from fear, but understanding liberates the heart." The disciples nodded, their thoughts shifting as they explored the fleeting nature of existence and its impact on attachments. Buddha's narrative deepened, his words weaving an intricate tapestry of meaning that resonated in the stillness of the grove. The bird, he said, learned that freedom is not holding tight but releasing, trusting the winds to carry it forward. He gestured to the sky above, the vast expanse a silent witness to the boundless nature of love and freedom. Love must flow like the wind, Buddha said. It cannot be chained, or it ceases to be love at all. The disciples absorbed these teachings, their hearts swelling with understanding, their minds processing the profound clarity of Buddha's words. Buddha's voice softened, his tone filled with compassion. Clinging is born from fear of loss. Yet loss is inevitable in life's journey. The disciples sat in silence, reflecting on their fears, realizing how often their love was colored by the shadow of attachment. Embrace impermanence, Buddha said. It is in letting go that we find the true essence of love and freedom combined. The grove fell into stillness, Buddha's wisdom taking root within the disciples, guiding them toward a deeper understanding of love. Buddha concluded, to love without losing oneself. Soar like the bird that trusts the sky, unbound and free. Disciples left the grove, their hearts lighter, their minds clearer, carrying Buddha's teachings as they navigated their paths ahead. The grove seemed to breathe with their collective understanding, its tranquility a reflection of the wisdom they now held. Buddha gestured for the disciples to rise, his presence guiding them back to the grove, their hearts lighter with realization. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.